Before we wrap up this theme around data strategy and infrastructure, Dimitri, I want to put it to you. Obviously, I'm hoping there's a few CTOs on the call, maybe more than so. And when you're making sort of infrastructure and technology decisions, you always have to have a trade-off, right? I guess I'm curious to know from your perspective, any advice you can give a fellow CTOs on the call, any trade-offs and architectural decisions that they need to make when designing sort of things such as data pipelines to support the scaling of, the technology specifically.
Yeah, sure. So I think let's start with, it really depends on the stage of the company. Let's start with this. Obviously, if you are early stage startup and you are doing MVP, right? So just to launch some market fit testing, then probably the trade-off would be not to build a robust data infrastructure and data pipelines because you still don't know whether your product will be alive after half a year. Opposite to other companies, especially on the scaling, Series A, Series D, or big enterprises, right? So like banks and so on. Obviously, you need to consider a lot of things. It also depends on what type of AI data you are building, because if you're talking about for example, machine learning, right? So there are many tools on the market. It's a not new topic, right? So if you are talking about TensorFlow or SageMaker over AWS, there are many different tools how you can actually implement it. If you're talking about the APIs, if you're talking about generative AI, which is becoming very popular nowadays, became very popular, then I don't see a big difference. In many cases, at least use cases that we are working with, then calling just simple API, right? I mean, it is a bit of context, a bit of tokens, right? So, but overall, it's not a big difference from API-based calls. Mm. Opposite to something like if you are talking about agentic AI, RAGs, if you are talking about fine-tuned models, right? So obviously there are a lot of considerations needs to be taken there, right? So especially training of those models, how you want to augment, how the context timing will be. All these decisions are very important.